right, Jambags crew on the bus to EGX this morning.
We are. We're in the centre, almost in the centre of Birmingham. And how are we feeling?
Yeah,
A lot of beer last night.
lots of beer, curry.
We had one of the famous Birmingham Balties.
I'd give your downstairs loo a half day if I was you.
Yeah, so that's wrecked.
Yeah.
But we're on our way now. Bus to the city.
Bus to the
Train
city.
to it.
Train to the
Then we're
centre.
there. You got your tickets?
Tickets? You got my
No,
tickets.
you've got the tickets.
No, you've got the
No,
tickets.
you've got the tickets.
You've got the tickets.
You've got the tickets. Oh, goodness. So Dante, we managed to make it off the train. We are now heading over to the NEC. We're doing the long walk of, not shame, but just the long walk.
Oh, my head. The breakfast helped.
Dante's still hungover. This could be a pretty slow day for us. We've got the tickets.
Someone walk for me. Yes, I've got my tickets.
He's got his tickets. We're ready to go.
I have the
Okay.
tickets. Okay.
Cool.
You can have yours now.
All right then. Let's go.
All right, Jambags crew in the queue for Metro Exodus. Or I think we might actually be in the queue to get into the queue for Metro Exodus.
I don't even know if we're in a queue for a queue. I think we're in a queue for a queue for a queue.
Is it possible we're just standing in the middle of a room doing nothing?
There are a lot of people around us, but it's also quite busy. So there's a shiny screen for it. It looks good.
It does, yeah. Screens are very, very shiny, all high def,
Yeah.
4K, that kind of thing.
So we contemplated Assassin's Creed, 2-hour wait.
2-hour wait, yeah. As much as I really want to play that game, I think I'll wait a week and buy it instead.
We're also stood next to what appears to be a burger joint.
Yeah,
And it
no, that's
smells pretty good.
absolutely, and I'm sure for the like £20 per burger, it's probably quite nice.
We'll talk about food a lot today, I think,
We-
because
yeah, we're
we
hungry.
get hungry very easily.
Been hungover, I need to eat more.
So we'll let you know what the game's like once we've had a go on it.
We've heard some really good buzz about Metro Exodus, so we're really
Yep.
looking forward to getting hands-on with it, which is why we're, again, waiting in the queue for the queue.
No, the queue for the queue for the queue
For the queue.
for the queue.
All right, I'll get it right at some point.
I hope the toilet situation is not the same.
No, I hope there's one halfway through the queue. That's what they should start doing, to be honest.
Did you bring the nappies?
I did, but they are for my kid, who's 3.
But they'll fit you.
They
You're
might
not,
fit you.
You're
I
not
hope
there,
they'll
they'll
fit
fit you.
me. Okay.
You're not that big.
Some pretty awesome cosplays here. Seen a few kind of Master Chiefs, people from Fallout, people I,
I think
don't
the people from
recognize.
Fallout. I think people from Fallout are just the normal attendees.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think there's anyone.
Standard residents of Birmingham.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's just the guys that work here.
Yeah. They need to come armed, don't they?
Cool.
All right. Let's see what else we can find.
Yep. Okay, Dante, so we're out of Metro Exodus. We had a bit of an interesting experience. So it was, in the end, just over probably an hour and a half queue.
Yeah, about that, about just over an hour.
But we were asked by a lovely lady if we would time how long it took us. And in return, we got some T-shirts and dog tags out at the end of it.
Absolutely, free
So-
merch. We are basically whores for free merch. Anything you want us to do.
Therefore, the game was amazing, and I recommend everyone buy it day one.
Completely, absolutely. Pre-order that shit.
Buy the most expensive edition as well. But
Don't
seriously
know if
though, we played a game. So I had a bit of a problem that I broke it. Actually,
You did?
I broke the dev code. The dev kit was a bit flaky on my one. But given the due, they came over, tried to sort it out. It was going to take too long, and I've now got VIP pass to go back in at any point this afternoon and have a go on it again. QB. So
Does
I
that
was
include
impressed.
to me as well? Or?
No, just me. But so that's nice. But what I did play, I really enjoyed actually.
Yeah?
I thought meaty weapons, big old clunk when you
Yes.
fired the crossbows and the weapons. A lot of stealth heavy. It was a bit. I think your thought was it was a bit dropped you in it. The demo.
Yeah, a little bit aimless. I would like to have had at least an idea of where on the map I should be heading to, or some kind of clear objective that I was trying to achieve. I mean, I did enjoy killing all these pirate dudes that talked all of ASCII and stuff like that. They were quite interesting.
They were very piratey, I thought, because it said on screen pirates, but to emphasise the point, they were like Russian piratey, which was new. And I mean, obviously there probably are pirates in Russia, but I've not had a Russian piratey experience yet.
Yeah, generally we like our pirates to be either Somali or kind of cheesy and Captain Hookish. But you know, it was good.
Arr.
Army hearties.
So actually, so far it's our first game of the event. Probably not going to do another one. We've got a queue for about 14 million hours because at the end of the day we're a bit too lazy for that. And what are we doing now, Dante?
I think the next thing we're going to do is either go around and find some sweet merch, or possibly go and check out some of the smaller developers, see what some of those games are looking like. There's a few games that are kind of around the sidelines, like Ace Combat, that we'd like to try out. So, yeah, there's quite a lot to do here.
Yeah, there's a pretty big Bandai Namco area behind us, which we're going to. At the moment, we're actually having the best way to beat down Dante's hangover is with more booze.
Hair of dog!
So we're having more booze. So having a pint. We had a sandwich in the queue because we were hungry. I had ham and cheese. What did you have?
I had all-day breakfast.
But it wasn't breakfast time, was it?
No, it was the all day though.
Well, I suppose, yeah, you're right. So next one, we'll come back on the next set of games we played. But so far, EGX has started off with a bang with free T-shirts, free gear, and a VIP pass back into the game that I broke. So I think it's pretty good.
Except my T-shirt's too small, so I'm going to pretty much give it to Rudy.
Yeah, so it's pretty good for me. This has been a VIP pass, 2 T-shirts. So I don't ever really, if I swap them, I don't have to ever wear any other T-shirt ever again. I've got 2. I'll just swap them when they get dirty. Job done. Metro forever.
Yeah, it's not great when we have matching T-shirts and we turn up at the same events looking the same. People think we're,
Like today.
Yeah, a bit like today.
Yeah, we are wearing the same T-shirt.
We are, aren't we? Okay, well.
Okay. Onwards and, sideways, because we're going to go over there now.
I think so.
Okay. So this is a 4 o'clock update from the Jambags crew. We've been here now for several hours. We've hit quite a few games. What's been your highlights so far of the stuff we've just hit?
So far for me, I have enjoyed playing a game called Doom Buggies on the, Transfuser stand?
Well, so this is an indie stand where you've got lots of different university projects and sort of little projects which are all basically competing in a room for votes to get like 25,000 funding. So it's really good. We played a couple of games there. There was quite a lot of people there, which is good to see. So we'll probably come back and do some more and put our votes in. But it was Doom Buggies how did the guy describe it?
It was kind of a cross between Rocket League and Quake Arena.
And it worked pretty well, actually. It was obviously really early build, so there's a few glitches and stuff. But surprisingly fun, because I suck at Rocket League.
So do I, and I did okay. Slightly better than you.
I know, I've come last on everything I've played so far. Completely last, in fact. But what else we played? Well, we hit up the
rowboats.
There was rowboats is in robots.
A robot, yeah. That was...
And that was a mobile game, but you all played from a mobile game, but against the computer. Which means not against the computer, but on the computer. Yeah. You each controlled it, and you had to work together. We played with some randoms, which was fun because it gave us a chance to mix things up.
Yeah, I managed to do okay with that one. I think Rudy also managed to come last.
I come dead last, yeah. Really heavily last in that one as well. Yeah. But in my defence, I had to use my hands.
So this was basically a game where you kind of take turns either captaining or kind of doing the cannons on a boat. There are kind of 3 boats that go around this little arena where you have to kind of eliminate the other boats, and kind of whoever gets the highest score wins on that one. A very nice sort of party style game. Kind of quite good to play it on your phones, but also link into a laptop, and seems like the sort of thing that would go down quite well for social situations, which we don't tend to be in very often.
No, it's a game for playing with other people. We don't like people, so it doesn't work well for us. I think we have to probably address the elephant in the room, which is that we we bought 2 drinks, 2 beers, and it cost us
£10 for both the beers. So
£10 for both beers, which is far more than we were looking to pay.
But we did get some free T-shirts and free merch from the Metro people.
We got a free Lego thingy as well.
A Lego lanyard, yeah, which I'm pretty sure my son's going to steal from me.
I stole some badges from the Sony area.
Hey, nice.
I mean, I think they were free, but I didn't really ask. I just took them because they look nice.
We got our picture taken and put on the gamer wall for the PlayStation, even though I don't have a PlayStation.
Doesn't matter. And my favourite so far has been Dreams, which has the PS4 exclusive made by Media Molecule, guys who behind things like I can't remember the name of it, but it's an indie game on the Vita.
It had a kind of Little Big Planet feel to me, like
very much the same. I think it might be Little Big Planet guys, but I do know that they've done several other games for the PlayStation. But this one had been in development for about 6 years now, and all it was is obviously it's a game builder. You build your own games on the game, and we weren't able to do that because, as the lady explained, it would take us all day. Yeah. But we did play some of the pre-made games, and they were all completely different. And this is what you can build. And some of them were so polished that I would have probably thought that they've actually been created by a team of devs.
Yeah, I probably would have paid money for one of them. If I'd been on like the live store or something like that, I would have paid like a tenner for each of them. So if you can make that kind of thing on an infinite scale, that does sound like something again that I'd really like to play. That I'm able to.
I think it means you need to buy a PlayStation. Yeah. I think you could probably sell an organ.
I can spare a few organs.
How much, if you were going to bottle your, I mean, you've got several children, so you're a virile man. If you were going to bottle it, do you think you could sell it perhaps online?
I'm sure there'd be someone out there that'd buy it. Yeah. I don't know what they'd use it for.
And how would you store it? In my mind, it would be like the shaving foam in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we even saw the shaving foam from Jurassic Park earlier today in one of the merch stands.
Well, if you got that and just filled it up with your own baby maker.
Well, I was thinking of trying to pay for it in trade with my baby making gel for the shaving gel. I thought I just hand it over.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know how storage. You have to get it delivered pretty quickly. It has to be quite fresh. Otherwise, I'd imagine it would just become out like cottage cheese. But say we need to get onto PlayStation. But the Dreams was my top pick. To go back to it, I've thought that's the first game I played there. I thought I will probably, when it ever gets a release date, I will pre-order this just because it's completely new. I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one of mine would be mine on that. Again, I think if Doom Buggies gets kind of nicely polished and becomes a real thing, I'd definitely pay kind of the same amount I would have paid for Rocket League, and I think that's something that's I'm going to keep an eye on if it becomes a proper release.
We also had a quick go on, we played the demos of, I think it was Man of Medan, which is from the creators Supermassive Games from, I think, Until Dawn, which is going to be a multi-plat game where it's an anthology series of horror, sort of short horror stories. I played as someone, a scantily clad lady who, when I played it badly, also lost and died and got eaten by a zombie because I wasn't quick enough pressing the triangle button. In my defence, I wasn't quick enough.
Yeah, there's not really any way to defend that, is there? The graphics on that game I thought were really impressive. The details of the character model. Okay, it was a scantily clad woman, so I was probably paying more attention than I would do on a normal.
It did look good. It did look good. And we also played some Ace Combat 7, which is I'm not sure it's a PS4 game or if it's multiplayer. I think it might be multi. I know it's got a VR component for PSVR, but that was quite cool. But we were playing it with like a expensive
kind of
joystick and throttle
control
thing, which isn't how we were playing it. So we probably should have. It was free and we could just concentrate on it. Yeah. But I like this game so far, so we're going to go back into it. And the other thing is we've got VR booked at 6. Yes, we do. Persistence. We're going to play a 2-player horror game. One plays in VR and one without VR. It's procedurally generated. It's actually already out to buy, so it's. But Dante, your first experience of VR.
Pretty much. I mean, I've played kind of very small demos kind of a few years ago of just kind of trying out the Oculus headset and stuff, but never a fully kind of polished game. So.
And as we all know, that I'm a pretty veteran VR player. There might be some issues with this one. I brought some sick bags with me, so it should be cool. So yeah, we're kind of taking a 5-10 minute chill out now. We managed to get some interviews with some people as well, so we're going to probably put some of those on the podcast, and we'll come back to it, I think.
Yeah, keep you posted.
Also, Dante's had some milk chocolate raisins and thrown them all over the floor, so we've got to tidy them up because the lady seemed quite annoyed, and the cleaning lady.
Yeah, I feel bad about that.
We've got to tidy them up now. All right.
Okay, Jambaggers, we have a bit of a treat for you here. Now, we often talk about films here on the Jambags, and we've bumped into one of the greater filmmakers of our generations, a filmmaker, actor, and documentarian and voiceover artist, William Herzendinger.
It's William Herzendinger.
Sorry, William Herzendinger. It's very nice to meet you, Mr. Herzendinger. So, what are you here doing today? Why are you at EGX?
Well, it's a good question. I'm here really to get to the spirit of the video games industry. I feel that there's a zeitgeist right now with gaming and the culture that is coming around with gaming. And right now I want to capture that, package it up, and serve it back to the gaming industry as a slab of venison meat on a platter of offal.
Thank you very much. That's very graphic. So after your previous projects of the Sword of Zeus, the kind of story of the fall of Greece, the Rivers of Clear Juices, the current trend of male impotence in the current society, and what was your other previous project?
Oh, that's a good question. I've done so many. I don't know if I could name them all, but I think it was my last project went out in the cinemas was The Sword of Damocles, which was about the life of John Cleese and his many divorces, which was actually about do clowns laugh? And the answer was yes.
I remember that one, yes. No, that had quite the impact on me and the people I was watching that one with. So this is quite a departure for you in terms of more of a social experiment and kind of seeing, absorbing that gaming culture. What made you think that this is the next project for you?
Well, basically, I was staying in Birmingham anyway, which is where this EGX festival is, and I thought it's not too far from my hotel room. So why not go? And also, someone gave me free tickets. But while here, I realized there was a beauty in the carnage, and that's what I was trying to elicit.
So you're not just here killing time then?
No, my flight is in about 45 minutes.
Right, well, I wouldn't want to keep you from your flight. I mean, you have got time to talk to us, right?
Absolutely, time is relative.
It is, but you may also miss your flight if you don't leave fairly quickly.
Only if I feel I will miss it, will I truly miss it.
So what are your observations of the gaming culture that you've seen here today? What are your kind of highlights, and what do you think that we could learn from the documentary that you're planning on making?
In one word, I would say virility. I found that all gamers here, men, women, transgender makes no difference. There is a virility to this. There is the aspiration to give life and take life and then give it back again and then take it back once more and then give it back to them.
So I noticed you kind of filming kind of the quite a lot of the kind of cosplay enthusiasts. Is that something that you think gaming culture is doing well?
I think there's an interest to see these beautiful bodies driving around in these different costumes and having themselves paraded, but by choice and not by the oppression of the patriarchy.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I had a quick look at some of your footage, and it does seem to be mostly cosplayers, but
that is not true. I spent 45 minutes filming a broken bottle of Coca-Cola that had fallen on the floor, which I thought was symbolic of how the anti-consumerism movement is being crushed underfoot.
That does sound pretty good. Well, I cannot wait to see the finished article of your documentary. Thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to say to the Jambags listeners to us?
I think about who you are when you listen to this, and then think about who someone else is. And when you finish thinking about those things, go back and watch my films, and you realize the deeper beauty of everything in the world, especially me.
Thank you very much, William Herzendinger. Sorry, William Herzendinger.
Yeah, William Herzendinger. I'm Austro-German.
Of course you are. Okay, Jambaggers, welcome back to end of day one of the EGX report.
I mean, it's not quite end of day one. We're going to go get some food now. I'm sure we'll probably tell you how that went.
Yes.
But
because everyone wants to hear about our eating and they're not interested in computer games.
But we're at the train station.
We are at the train station. We have just been playing some Spider-Man, which I've not played before. And we just did some VR, which was nauseating for both of us.
I feel horrendous, actually. And this is not just a joke. I do actually feel like I'm going to be ill.
This is worse than the hangover from last night, isn't it?
It is slightly. It's like the hangover's come back, but this time it's decided to bring its friends and have a samba class.
Yeah, no, that seems to do that. I don't think it's... I mean, I've never really done PSVR before, but I think it's hit you worse than it's hit me.
It has, and it's odd, actually. But I do find that the movement on those, you normally get quite a lot of settings you can configure to make it good. Yeah. And I don't normally do the full 360 turning. I normally tend to do incremental turning. Yeah. But there wasn't really any option for us to change that. But we thought it was a good idea to try it because it was two people could play, one on a tablet, one on the VR. But
that was good. And I'm going to have to launch a kind of major campaign against Assassin's Creed Odyssey for not conforming to up is down. Yeah, I couldn't invert my controller, so I had a sucky time with their demo.
So I had a sucky time on demo because I kept dying. It was very difficult.
Well, yeah, I mean, dying. Yeah, I managed not to die very much while still kind of always looking up at the sky or always looking down at my feet and never quite looking in the middle.
That was your actual physical head rather as opposed to the controls. You were looking consistently up and then down.
Yeah, well, I thought there was some stuff upstairs in the ceiling that looked interesting, but you know that's beside the point. They should have catered to my needs, which they didn't do, and I'm pissed.
Okay, so we've got another crusade on our hands here from Dante.
That being said, it was a really pretty game, and I did quite enjoy. I mean, it was just kind of more of the same that we had in Assassin's Creed Origins, to be quite honest. But I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Origins, so I'm still fairly hopeful about this one.
And you got a lot of tat as well. I mean, you got 3 massive Assassin's Creed Odyssey shields.
If I get a shield for me, I have to get one for each of the kids. So you know they have to have some of this tat, and it's very difficult to carry around with me because you keep trying to frisbee it out of my hands.
It is too much fun not to try and get it to float your way.
Yeah.
But I do believe our train's coming in a second, so we'll finish this off and get going.
We will. We're going to go enjoy some good burgers, and we'll see you all later.
Catch you later.